Yesterday was supposed to be a win. It was beautiful in Phoenix. It was afternoon. I had both my service dogs out, Toby, the veteran, and Molly, who's currently in training. We were doing social exposure training. Was taking her on the light rail, going through the crowds, the stores. It was a perfect educational day, and Molly was killing it. We were proving once again that with no excuses comes no limits. But then I got hungry, and that's when the math of the world tried to tell me I didn't belong. I rolled up to McDonald's at 7th Street in McDowell. I was starving, but when I got to the entrance, there was no button, no automatic door, just a heavy glass wall between me and McDonald's. Now, luckily, there was an employee right in the doorway adjusting her hat. I looked at her and asked, "Can you please open the door for me?" She looked at me, a man in a power wheelchair with 2 service dogs, and she said, "No." I thought maybe she didn't hear me or understand me. I said, "I need help with the door." She said, "No," again. She turned around, went inside, and left me sitting there in the sun. I waited eventually, and another worker came out to deliver a curbside order, and I managed to get inside. I found the first employee, and I asked, "Why didn't you open the door for me?" She looked at me and said, "I don't speak English." Now, you guys know me. I've spent my life reading people and systems. I looked her in the eye and replied in perfect Spanish. I said, "Sí, entiendo. Habla español." The language barrier vanished instantly. It wasn't a lack of understanding. It was a lack of empathy. It was a choice to keep me outside. But it got worse. When I tried to order, they told me I couldn't be in there because of my dogs. I explained calmly, because I've done this in front of Congress in DC, that these are federally protected service animals. They didn't care. They told me I had to leave. I asked for the manager. When he finally came out, he didn't want to hear about civil rights or ADA violations. He just said, "If you want food, order food." And I told him, "I don't want to order food anymore. Your employee refused me entry, and you just refused me service because of my dogs. I need the name and the owner's contact information." His response, "I'm not going to give you anything. The number's on the outside of the building. Go out there and find it." He wanted me back behind the heavy glass door. He wanted me to be a statistic again. Here's the thing. I've slept outside hunting for an outlet to charge my chair. I've fought for these rights alongside Top Dog in Tucson and in the halls of Washington, D.C. And I didn't fight those battles so that in 2025, I'd have to beg for food from McDonald's or even entry to McDonald's at 5 p.m. on a Monday afternoon. Hear these words carefully. Disabled people are not broken. Systems are. And today, the system at 7th Street and McDowell is broken. I've already filed with the Attorney General, Department of Justice, record number 688945-BWL, and corporate McDonald's, case number 35004481, and I am not putting on a show. I'm defending the life I built. If you believe that access is a right and not a privilege, share this video, tag McDonald's. Let them know that day ones don't back down. I'm still here, I'm still rolling, and I'm still choosing this path because with no excuses comes no limits.